Trading recap for Wednesday, December 1st. Wild day. Let's go.
This is Dan Max, the trading agent. This is a stock trading and recap channel that I wanted to share to the masses. In a probability game, there's no certainty. Here are my insights and predictions.
This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the trading agent. It is December 1st, 2021, Wednesday. Let's get into it. Pretty wild market today. Again, it's ironic how the market seems to get super volatile as the feds are speaking to Congress. It's almost like they're warning Congress, hey, if you don't let us continue the easy markets, we're going to drop them. Here's a hint of what can happen. Everyone's going to get mad, yada, 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 Omicron, all this crap. I mean, it kind of is what it is at this point. You can kind of go through and come up with your own ideas on it. It's pretty interesting. A lot of trade setups and just chat in the Discord room today. Pretty wild day. I mean, as you might know, you saw some bounces. SPY was all over the place. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of notes that I like to post. Some about the seasonality, especially as of recently, and then there's a lot of stuff always going on. So people are chatting on this board all day. We talk about what's going on, but yeah, if you're still not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, get the alerts, and stop by the Discord room. I mean, no one's right all the time. It's just a good way to discuss and what everyone's seeing, because some people are more available, some people are at work, some people are sitting trading all day. So is what it is. Let's get into Bitcoin. Big cup and handle long term. Today's action, just as of so far, I mean, nothing. Doji hanging above the trend line. We said if we break out, probably going higher. Even with the market tanking, seems to be holding up pretty well. That just is what it is. Let's just start with RIVN down at the bottom. Oh. It looked like it was going to break out today when we talked about that. It didn't close above it, so it's not really bullish. I would love to see it near the 106s again, or it needs to get over the 0.618. You need to see it close over. That's really the most important thing here. It's really that simple. Don't overthink it. Let's go back up to the top. Roblox, I'd hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I said, any short up near the 2 times range of the 137 level is bearish. And then yesterday's candle, I mean, that is just ugly. And then look what happened. We broke the trend. Roblox, dump. I mean, look at where you came from. Look at the patterns. It doesn't look strong at the moment. So if you like Roblox, you should have been selling some near the highs, and you can buy the dips at some point. When, it's just really that simple. EXPI broke down below the 35 level, filled the gap. Again, with the market doing what it's going to do, you got to expect volatility. Moves can be bigger than expected. Things can take days to play out. Just is what it is at this point. I wouldn't, freak out about it. It looks, the volumes are kind of shit, and that's what you're going to see a lot of today. We're going to talk about that. The dollar popped today, holding over the channel. That's bullish dollar so far. The TLT, I mean, I hate to say I told you so again, but we said we're getting up into this. We're going to get into this resistance zone. We circled this area as a holding the trend, and so far so good. TLT can go much lower or much higher as people buy bonds. I would not be surprised. I mean, it's just the markets are going to like that at some point. The VIX had an interesting day today because it was all over the place. I mean, you had a wide range. I mean, you hit the 8-day or 10-day. I can't remember which one. I have it there on this computer. But, yeah, I mean, we're in crash risk at 31. But it's interesting how we popped up, kind of come back. I don't think there's really a crash risk here at this point. I know the market's a little tired. We are breaking the downtrend, but it's just hard to see a really big crash if the feds are going to stay continuously dovish at some point. We talked about the W pattern. If you bought the VIX, we said the 20-day was key. I mean, we've been right about this the whole time. It's just a matter of the action and how it all plays out. Patience and time. The SPY is getting interesting to me because it's, even though the VIX is up so big, the market's not down a ton. I mean, we're only, do the math. We're not far off the highs. So breaking the 50-day, it just is what it is. Looked like an M. We said the 20-day was key. 50-day breaks. I don't know if we're going to melt down completely because I think I have a good idea of what's coming. It's just a game before the jobs number. Again, the feds are able to spook Congress and say, well, sure, you want us to raise rates, and the market dumps short term. And it's just a big game. Keep an eye on it. The QQQ, we said, the 20-day was key. We had to hold this 392 area. We busted it. Breaking down. Again, I mean, you got decent volume here. These things are due to pull back and chop out. The seasonality says the first 3 to 5 days of December trading days should be a bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if that's just all it is. Now, could we gap down big tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, they're going to run the Omicron is in the United States thing. And if you read about the symptoms, they're not really that big a deal. So we'll see what happens short term. Gold was holding up pretty well today, considering all it's still in this area. I said we could back test this 165. I would not be surprised. Holding up. Silver got absolutely drugged today. I put out some alerts. I started buying more under 21. I like it. I mean, I don't care what people say long term or short term. I mean, just it's in a good area. I mean, if you look out beyond today, we're into my buy zone. I know everyone hates the SLV, but it has more with my charts. I don't have the silver futures on here. I don't really trade the silver futures. I can get to buy with just the SLV because I don't want to. Again, I don't really trade futures that often, but you can see we're in the buy zone. So if you want to be perfect, wait for the 10-minute bars, wait for the trade setups that you like to do for intraday stuff. Keep it simple. GDX, we were buying that nugget today. Not really excited about the close. But I don't know. It feels like a big head and shoulders complex. If we dump, we dump. I got my stops, but I liked it down here. Why wouldn't I like it retesting when gold's actually higher? I mean, it's an absolute no-brainer in my mind. The volume doesn't match the candle size. Again, that to me is an anomaly. We'll see how it plays out. The last 10 minutes was real interesting because you could see tons of volume going through, but the price action was flat. So that's stopping power. I'm not saying GDX couldn't go lower, but I like it. I mean, especially if you can get Nugget in the 46s, 45s. Oh, it just seems way too cheap. AG got blasted today. I mean, you can see a lot of the miners did. And if you have your stops, you're good. We talked about the volume the last couple of days. It's rather interesting, but is it setting up some sort of complex head and shoulders? I don't know for sure. I mean, they're beating the shit out of AG. They love to do that. They're going after the silver's contract. Bears, if you understand the game, they're playing with the metals. It's a joke. KL got whacked today. Saw that. Was like, we're retesting this blue zone in 38s. Keep an eye on it. Now, again, I mean, if you stop out, doesn't mean you give up on trades. I always tell people, hunting lows and waiting for confirmation. I mean, if you stop out, it's not the end of the world, but don't give up on a trade. Just don't run away because you got stopped out. Sometimes the market plays games. It plays, it traps people. It gets them to do the wrong thing. Letter X, we're holding here at this little double black line support. I don't really see anything too wrong with the volumes. Again, aren't really showing you much. AMD, some good trades by some of the people in this Discord room. They were shorting it here up at the trend line. Not a bad trade. Close at the 20-day. Easy points. Almost 16 points. That's a really good trade. Congratulations to anybody who's traded that. Apple, what did we say? The 170s were potential. Look at the freaking high. I mean, I didn't just draw this. I mean, we literally hit the channel high. That's why you draw channels. That's just what they are, man. I mean, let me highlight it in red so you can see it. Like, that's the top. Now, again, can we hover up against the top like AMD? Yeah, but short term, it's probably due to pull back. I mean, as you can see, it could do this and then go up. I mean, there's a lot of potential chop at worst. And if you don't take profits, again, the market does. You have to trade at times. And people hate that you say that, but it's like partial trading, not all or nothing trading. It's really that simple. MicroStrategy, we've talked about this one, possibly bottom with Bitcoin held in 200-day. It got whacked with the market. There's really nothing to say. It just did. It looks okay. It's not making new lows. Tesla, 20 days key. I mean, we've been chopping. It's super choppy. And the easy money was made up here. If you go back to the early November videos, what do we say? Like, take some profits. It's just that simple. Now at this point, I think you can kind of draw an upper channel trend line, and the area is 1200. Get over 1200, it's bullish. If it's not, if we close, we close below the 20-day, you've seen what's happened. It chops around it. It's not really bullish. PENN today, what a monster disappointment. It looked like it was going higher, super wide and loose. Made lower lows. If you stop out, you're gone. It's just that simple. I'd keep an eye on it for a possible bounce back. I don't know for sure anything, but I do believe in my stops first. XOP, this one got whacked today. We bounced and then boom, back below, and now we're at the 100-day, back below this, like filling this gap. I would keep an eye on it in the 92s. I think it's possible. VALE was acting strong. It wasn't that bad today. I mean, it's just hovering over the 20-day. It looks good. I wouldn't get butthurt about it. PAAS got whacked. I mean, all these miners got whacked because the silver got whacked. I mean, they follow. So if you have stops, you play them. You got stopped out. If you lose trading, don't act like you're never gonna lose. Like, that's just amazing to me. ExxonMobil, just flat, holding up 200-day, 100-day cross. I like it there. Let's end on ARK, because a lot of people talk about Cathie Wood and disruptors, and I always tell people, like, there's no certainty long term. So when somebody sells long-term capital management, like that crap, like I was introduced to as the thing that was the disruptor certainty stocks from my generation starting in the late 90s, it got blown up completely because every retail trader was involved with like trying to figure out what they were trading, and they would go on CNBC and they look like the smartest people. Well, in a bull market, everybody's smart. And now we're chopping, ARK could get absolutely crushed. We talked about the transfer of money over time from the bullets in the tech war. Like the tech war, trying to pick the winner, nah. She's trying to pick the winner. This is what is dangerous. After a monster run, I mean, if you do the math on this thing, let's look at it. What did this thing? It's been going nowhere for a while, but then it dropped during COVID at 33, and it got up to what, 161? I mean, she did great. Bull market, potentially over in tech, at worst chop, maybe another retest, but I don't like this. I don't like anyone who comes on TV and says, hey, I've got the next future kind of shit, because especially when they gain notoriety, because they become the target of the market. Everyone's trying to prove her wrong. And when I say everyone, the whales and the sharks, they're surrounding her because they know she's got weak hands. Doesn't have the diamond hand people in there. They're going to puke it out. And when this thing gets crushed, it'll be like every other money manager that is super famous. I mean, you can go Google the freaking list of rest in peace and look at their tombstones, Ackerman. I mean, I don't know why I can't think of all these guys, but there were so many in the 2000s that were in the housing and finance stocks. I just got absolutely blasted, where they bought like Sears Robux. What was that guy's name? Anyway, there's just a lot of things in the past that my brain's not remembering right now. But come by the Discord room. Please subscribe. Trying to grow the channel. Again, we're here to help each other. No one knows anything for sure. Being able to talk about what's going on helps everybody process things, versus on your own, processing the market can be a little difficult. All right, this is Dan Max at EXP, aka the Trading Agent, signing out. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Later.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like the content. Also smash the like button, share with your friends, and add a comment. If there's a topic or stock you'd like me to give you insight about, let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer your question. Thanks.